Hey, it's Ken from OKportugal, and today I got something really cool to show you. This is the Engwe M20, and essentially it's an e-bike. As you can see, you got the pedals, so you can pedal this like a regular bicycle. It also has a hub motor. Now this hub motor is 750 watts. It has a maximum output of 1000 watts. And what that does is can basically drive you along using this throttle over here like you would on a regular motorcycle, or you can pedal and have power assist mode coming from the motor. It was actually my birthday a couple of days ago. Now I didn't buy this, I wasn't actually given this as a gift. I've been given this by Engwe in return for them to put this into one of my videos. They want me to basically use it and to tell you guys what I honestly think about it. So today we're going to go on a little adventure. So as we can see, we've got this battery. This is a 13 amp hour battery. You can actually put two batteries on this bike, so you can put another battery up here. What we've got up here is like a carbon fiber effect little storage box where you can put all sorts of stuff in. I've actually got a water bottle in here. And let's see. So we turn on this multifunction display, and you choose one of the power assist levels. I'm going to put it onto 1. And then you move the throttle and it goes. Now this is a very easy way of getting around the farm. Going on these little dirt roads, but also going off-road on the grass is good fun. And it feels pretty good on sand as well, and on gravel. It's got these 20-inch sort of moped tires. They're 4-inch wide, 20-inch in diameter. So yeah, it's got some good grip on the roads. So far, so good. Let's take it down to the bottom field and do some proper off-roading. Yeah! Woohoo! So I always wanted to get like a quad bike or something so I can get around the farm nice and easy. And this is proving to be very good. It's quiet, you don't have to kickstart the thing. You just turn the throttle and you go. And I'm kind of going on really bumpy stuff here. And the front and rear dual shocks, they're doing a pretty good job of keeping everything nice and comfortable. So let's go for a little bit further and see what it's like when we go off the beaten track. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful day. Actually, in the distance there, I don't know if you can see, we've got some fire planes. Unfortunately, we're entering like the fire season again. And yeah, we've had a couple already so far. Those planes, they basically go down and they scoop water off the Mariteca, which is a big lake, which is just down the road from our farm. And yeah, and then they firebomb and they basically dump water on these fires. I believe they're called fire boss planes. Well, as you can see, we're managing to cruise around pretty nicely here. I mean, this is some lumpy stuff, and it's easy. The sheep don't seem too bothered by it either. If I was out here on a, you know, like a quad bike or something, making all of that noise, I reckon all the sheep would be getting very stressed. Famous last words. The sheep are actually running. Sorry, sheepies. Yeah, I mean, I'm proper off-road now, and it's working totally fine. I'm not getting stuck. The wheels aren't getting stuck. Oh, I just hit a big molehill there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that totally works. This thing's very, very capable. I am so happy that I got given one of these. I mean, how cool and how lucky is that? I'm going to be able to go anywhere now. Right, so I said I'd take you guys on a little adventure, so let's go on a little adventure. Let's go off farm. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm in Central Portugal. I'm between Castelo Branco and Fundão, and I have a beautiful 3.5 hectare farm. I've been out here for nearly 4 years now, so, well, about 3.5 years. And it's an absolutely awesome place to stay. There's tons of places where you can cycle, where you can, well, do this type of thing. There's also places to swim, river beaches. You've got like the mountains, you've got all sorts of stuff going on here. It's a really beautiful place, so if you haven't visited Central Portugal, you should go and check it out. Now I'm really enjoying what this feels like on the road. The tires are a little bit noisy on the road, but obviously you can change those tires out. These are just moped tires. You could probably put like road tires on. There is a bit of a whine that comes out of the electric motor, but it's quite a nice sound. You know, you don't want it dead silent, otherwise it's quite dangerous because people won't know that you're coming. But yeah, it's a good feeling. It's like being on a motorbike. You got the wind in your hair, the wind blowing through the helmet, the wind blowing through my armpits. It's really nice. So I was telling you about how beautiful Central Portugal is. Look at this, man. We've got the Barragem de Marateca on the left here, and also on the right. This is a 650 hectare lake. And this is actually the first time that I'm coming to this lake now that it's spring. It's been a while since I've been here. Now to get to this lake, it's just at the bottom of my road, but I want to go around to the other side because there's a much better sort of beach area there, and also want to give this bike a little bit of a test. We've got these dirt roads, all sorts of little things to go over and really get a feel for what this bike's about. So far, I'm absolutely loving this. There's no pedaling whatsoever. I'm down to half a battery at the moment, but I have been using this thing for quite a bit. So I used it a little bit yesterday, used it a little bit today while I've been filming, and obviously now we're going to the Marateca, which is probably about, I don't know, like a 20-kilometer cycle or ride. Now, if you've been watching our videos for a while, you'll know that I use a lot of e-bikes to get around Portugal. I've got some really nice ones. I've got a KTM, which is quite expensive. Then we got a Trek. Then we got given like another one by a company called Glide, which is a much sort of cheaper bike, but also very capable. And so this is going to be our fourth e-bike. I'm super impressed with how it's just going through the soft sand. Like my other e-bikes, they tend to sort of snake through the sand and they get very unsteady. But obviously with these 4-inch wide tires, it's really grippy. But yeah, one of the reasons why I cruise around on an e-bike is because I can't ride a car anymore, or I can't drive a car anymore. And a lot of people keep saying this, like, why doesn't Ken ever drive? It's because I damaged my inner ear many years ago. Your inner ear affects your balance. Now, for some reason, when I'm running or when I'm on a bicycle, I'm okay. But when I'm sitting still in a car and I feel like I'm on a sort of sofa or something like that, then I start to feel really bad. I start to feel like, you know, like I'm in a tumble dryer or a washing machine or something like that. Now, when I'm behind the wheel of a car and that happens, obviously that's quite dangerous. I'm not sure exactly what it is. The ear specialist said that, you know, that I damaged my inner ear, and that hopefully one day it's going to, you know, like my brain will start remapping the sort of neural pathways again and I won't be so bad. And maybe that will happen. But for the time being, it's much safer for me just to get around on 2 wheels or to get around on my 2 feet. Getting around on a bicycle or running or something like that is loads and loads of fun, especially in Central Portugal where it's so beautiful. I mean, look, right now we're surrounded by a beautiful cork oak forest. Things are still very green because we are in spring at the moment. So there's still lots of water around. But this is all going to change. Like in the summertime, this whole landscape's going to look completely different. And I can't wait. It's going to be super beautiful. This is a far comfier ride than on my KTM, which costs a lot more than this. So I'm super impressed. I mean, obviously the KTM, it doesn't have rear suspension. But yeah, I mean, I'm going over some lumpy stuff over here. And I don't know if you can hear by my voice, I sound pretty comfortable. I feel pretty comfortable. I think I'm definitely going to be using this in a lot more of my vlogs to get around and show you guys little bits of Portugal. So we're coming to the end of the dirt track and we're going to go back. We're going to go back onto this tar road now. And then it's going to take us to where the dam is. Hello, cows. Sounds like there's a little bit of dust in the brakes. Now the one thing this bike has is mechanical brakes, so they're mechanical disc brakes. So basically they're using like a wire, and that wire clamps the brakes. And you can actually get hydraulic brakes. So you can basically fit the kind of hydraulic brakes that you'd get on a mountain bike to this bike to give yourself even more stopping power. But so far these brakes have been fine. The only thing I'll say is that they're a little bit squeaky now that they've got some dust in them. Right, so we're down to 2 bars of power. Hopefully this isn't going to be a problem. On the right here we can see the dam. It's looking good. Beautiful Central Portugal. One of my favorite places in the world. So on one battery, this bike can go up to 75 kilometers. You can actually fit 2 batteries. So yeah, with that, you're going to get up to 150. Now, that isn't up to sort of mileage. Obviously, like if you just use like the throttle and you just use like there's no pedaling or anything like that, then you're going to get quite a bit less. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much less, but obviously right now I'm going like flat out and I'm probably, you know, burning tons and tons of battery power. Fortunately, there are pedals, and so if I do completely run out of battery, I can probably just pedal right home, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. Oh wow, look at the fireplane. Whoa. I don't know if you guys just saw that now. It was one of those Fireboss planes doing some crazy maneuver. Hopefully when we go down to the dam now, we're going to be able to see these guys landing and taking off. It's quite a sight. Oh wow, this landscape is so beautiful. Now in the summertime, all of the grass just completely dries out and this landscape looks completely different. All right, so here we are. We're arriving at the lake. Hola. Oh yeah. Now this is the first time that I've been down here since last summer. So it's going to be cool to see. Ah yeah, I've definitely got some sand in the brakes. They're getting a bit squeaky. Oh my goodness. There's actually a seagull bobbing around in there. I can't believe that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's a seagull. We're about, I don't know, like 2.5 hours drive away from the sea. So it's pretty crazy to see a seagull. Yeah, I'm very impressed so far. I mean, this was such a comfy ride. And I mean, I haven't even shown you guys everything. Check this out. It's got like LED lights. Let's turn the lights on. So for riding around at nighttime, LED lights. It's got 2 of them, so you can point one down for the road and one to get a little bit further. And then we've also got some brake lights at the back. Check that out. This thing is super cool. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, you know, I don't like to have products on my channel that I don't actually like. So, you know, if there's something, you know, if it's something that's not useful to me, you know, I'm not gonna try and get it. I'm not gonna try and put that onto the channel and show it to you guys. Obviously, I love e-bikes. I love finding new ways of getting around because I can't get around by car anymore on my own. Oh, here we go. Look at this. So here's one of the Fireboss planes. He's kind of circling around in that direction. I think he's lining himself up. There's another one here. And yeah, they're lining themselves up and then they land on the water and they scoop up. Another cool thing, on the battery here, we have a USB port. So if you forget your charger, you can actually charge your mobile phone or something like that. You could probably even charge your camera batteries. So I've just been looking on this app. It's called fogos.pt. And basically you can see where all the fires are. And there's this big fire. It's got 5 planes, so there's 5 of these Fireboss planes, 38 fire trucks and 145 firemen. It's near Covilha, so that's pretty wild. That's one of the biggest fires so far this year, I think, and we're not even in summer yet. Right now the water levels are very high. Usually this goes back quite far, probably around to about where these bushes are. So the water levels in the dam are really high. We've had lots of rain in like the winter time, but we haven't had any rain this month. And that's actually a real worry for us because April is supposed to be like the month of 1,000 rains. There's actually a saying called Em Avril Aguas do Mil, which basically means in April there's 1,000 rains or 1,000 waters. And well, so far it's April, we haven't had any rain and it's almost halfway through the month. Okay, cool. So let's go a little bit further. And yeah, I mean, I haven't been here for a while, so I want to see what everything looks like. Wow, this looks a little bit different. You can see there's been 4x4s have been coming through here and absolutely ripping up the mud. That would have been in the winter time. Oh, this is so nice. Now, when I used to come down here on my KTM, which is quite an expensive e-bike. KTM actually make motorcycles, but this is like an e-bike bicycle KTM version that I had. And that's a lot more effort than this. Oh, look, here's a guy on his moped. What's art? Yeah, I mean, if you come to Central Portugal, you definitely got to come here to the Marateka, have a walk around. As you can see, it's just such a beautiful place and a really, really chilled spot. You can hear those planes again. I think they're coming down. So this is one of my favorite parts. It's like this little thing that sticks out on the Maritaka here, and it's got like a little forest, and it's very cool to cruise through here. Again, doing this on a regular sort of mountain bike, or doing this on like a regular e-bike, you have to pedal a lot, and like this you can just use the throttle, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, this feels really sure-footed. It doesn't feel like it's going to slide from underneath. It's got enough power, definitely, and yeah, I feel quite safe and secure on this. This is one of my favorite little pieces in the summertime. It's nice and cool down here. What is this? Looks like someone's built some kind of a little hut and a little fireplace. Yeah, I'm guessing some kids or something, well, these are quite big, heavy stones, have built themselves a little hut. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Let's go and have a look inside. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go, a little one bedroom. No kitchen, no bathroom. Not very waterproof, but pretty cool. And looks like they've made themselves a little fire pit over here, which actually is pretty dangerous because we're in the middle of a forest here with eucalyptus. But I'm guessing that these guys probably did this in the winter time when it was really damp. Well, yeah, let me give you a little look around. A little look around the view. This is one of my favorite spots to come in the summertime. Like this little area or that little area just over there. You've got access to the water, stunning views. And yeah, it's just amazing. Right now it's a little bit wild though because we've got all these planes swooping down. Geez, I mean these planes are coming in some crazy angles here. There's one, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up. They're kind of like between the trees here. I think he's going to come through there. Right, so let's go a little bit further. I'm not sure how, can I get through here? I'm not sure. Now that the water's so high, I've lost my regular road to get through here. Let's try this way. As I said earlier, you can, oh, geez, that really slammed up there. Can I go down here? Yeah, I think I can. I can go pretty much anywhere I like with this thing. Well, these brakes work pretty well. They're a little bit squeaky at the moment with that dust inside them, but I'm sure I can get that fixed. And they definitely stop the bike. Nice. If you've been watching us for a while, you'll know exactly what this lake is. But if this is the first time that you've tuned in, it's called the Barrage de Marateka. And basically, it's a 650 hectare lake. It used to actually just be farmland, and what they did was they built this dam wall, which is sort of in the background there. They built this dam wall and they basically flooded this. So there's a river called the Rio Ocreza, and they basically dammed it up. And now it's flooded 650 hectares of space. There's actually an old village that's underneath the water here somewhere, and I'd love to come down here one day, get like a little submersible ROV or something like that, and actually find this little village. I think that'll be the most amazing adventure vlog. What's been stopping me so far is the fact that the water is actually very murky. It's not clear water, and so I think you'd need a very expensive ROV, something that's got sonar, like a really detailed sonar, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see through this water very well. So if any of you watching are from a company that makes ROVs with sonar, or you someone that actually works with ROVs and sonar, and you want to do a little adventure with me, then hit me up in the comments and let's find this village. Oh yeah, good fun. Look at all this beautiful eucalyptus. Now, I know lots of people don't like eucalyptus because obviously it's very flammable. It's an Australian plant. It's responsible for a lot of fires here in Portugal, but I still think it's really beautiful. I'm not sure if the microphone's picking it up, but it almost sounds like we're at the beach. We've got all these waves like crashing on the shore, and the water's really choppy. It just shows you what a big lake this is, where you can actually have waves like this crashing on the shoreline. Right, so we got like 3 bars of battery, which is pretty good. So I think it's time to to head on back to the farm. It's pretty cool that this bike is capable on-road and off-road. I mean, it's not made for off-road. It's obviously got like, you know, moped tires and stuff like that. But as I'm sure you guys can see, it's doing a pretty good job of getting around some pretty rough terrain. And it feels really stable. Yeah, so definitely come here. If you visit Central Portugal, come and check out the Maroteca. In the summertime, it's absolutely amazing. Good place to take your doggies for a walk. Good place to take a swim. Place to cruise around like I'm doing now, you know. And if you go to where the dam wall side is, and this is where I am now, so look for the barrage, the Maroteca, look for the actual dam wall, and there's the parking lot and everything there. All right, so we're back on the road, and we're on our way home. It's been a really good trip. I'm super impressed by the fact that I don't have to do any pedaling. I mean, that is the thing about e-bikes these days, is that, you know, people get them and they think, oh yeah, cool, I'll do some exercise. The reality is you won't really do any exercise because you're just going to be enjoying the fact that you don't have to pedal. But that in itself is pretty good. I mean, if you have to do things like commuting every single day, then instead of, you know, working up a sweat in your way to work, you can just sit back and basically enjoy the ride. And we're back at the farm. Yeah, so this was a very good experience. I really enjoyed that. You know, I just kind of wanted to test it out somewhere familiar first. And the last thing you want to be doing is testing out something new and it breaks down and you're in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the way that this thing handled. And I don't know, I can't believe that I've been given this. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. And thank you so much to Engwe for giving me this bike. Again, if you're interested in buying one of these, have a look in the description just below. Look at the top pinned comment on YouTube, and it's going to have a link where you can check these things out online. It's their 9th anniversary, so they've got, you know, like a whole bunch of special deals on. So there's like discounts and everything on these bikes. And yeah, honestly, this thing is a lot of fun.